Guard your steps when you go to the house of God. To draw near to listen is better than to offer the sacrifice of fools, for they do not know that they are doing evil. The preacher, traditionally King Solomon, warns against religious ritual performed without a sincere heart. In the ancient temple, drawing near to listen meant prioritizing God's teaching over mindless animal sacrifices offered just for ceremony. Biblical worshippers often focused on external rituals. Today we often substitute genuine listening with spiritual performance or loud, repetitive religious cliches meant to impress others rather than honor God. Be not rash with your mouth, nor let your heart be hasty to utter a word before God, for God is in heaven and you are on earth. Therefore let your words be few, for a dream comes with much business, and a fool's voice with many words. Solomon highlights the radical transcendence of God. He is sovereign in the heavens, while we are bound to the limitations of the earth. Just as excessive business leads to chaotic dreams, excessive talking reveals a shallow and foolish heart. Ancient courtly life demanded careful speech before a king. Today's information age rewards constant talking and posting, yet the preacher reminds us that wisdom is found in silence and restraint. When you vow a vow to God, do not delay paying it. It is better that you should not vow than that you should vow and not pay. Let not your mouth lead you into sin, and do not say before the messenger that it was a mistake. Vows were solemn contracts. Treating them as mistakes or dreams invites God's anger upon the work of one's hands. The messenger mentioned is the witness to these sacred promises. Ancient life was governed by oral oaths. Our modern culture of casual promises and fine print makes us reckless with our commitments. The preacher's remedy is to stop the empty talk and simply fear God. If you see in a province the oppression of the poor and the violation of justice and righteousness, do not be amazed at the matter, for the high official is watched by a higher, and there are yet higher ones over them. But this is gain for a land in every way, a king who is committed to cultivated fields. Solomon describes a tiered system where accountability is buried in layers of corruption. Ultimately, however, even the highest king is dependent on the land for survival. Biblical provinces faced, quote, reckless abuse of political power. Modern society faces similar systemic inequities, where justice is often snatched away by institutional bureaucracy that ignores the voiceless. He who loves money will not be satisfied with money, nor he who loves wealth with his income. This also is vanity. When goods increase, they increase who eat them. Sweet is the sleep of a laborer, but the full stomach of the rich will not let him sleep. Wealth creates more outlets to spend it and more mouths to feed, leaving the owner with nothing but the sight of their gold. The laborer, despite having less, possesses the gift of sweet, untroubled rest. Ancient hoards were silver. Modern wealth is digital portfolios. Both find that hustle culture and greed lead to anxiety and sleep deprivation, proving that material abundance does not equal peace. There is a grievous evil. Riches were kept by their owner to his hurt, and those riches were lost in a bad venture. As he came from his mother's womb, he shall go again, naked as he came, and shall take nothing for his toil that he may carry away in his hand. Solomon describes a sickening tragedy, a man who hoards wealth, loses it all in a bad investment, and dies with nothing to provide for his family. This is the ultimate striving after wind. The ancient bad venture might have been a lost caravan. Today it is market crashes or inflation. Both serve as a gut punch, reminding us that mortality strips us of every physical achievement upon exit. Behold, what I have seen to be good and fitting is to eat and drink and find enjoyment in all the toil, for this is his lot. Everyone also to whom God has given wealth and power to enjoy them. This is the gift of God. Contentment is not found in amassing riches, but in the God-given capacity to enjoy the portion assigned to us today. God keeps the joyful person so occupied with gladness that they do not dwell on the fleeting nature of their life. Ancient kings and peasants found joy in simple food and work. Modern stress often arises from obsession with what we don't have. The preacher invites us to see our daily routine as a sacred gift. God keeps him occupied with the gladness of his heart. Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 20. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Subscribe and join for our next video on Ecclesiastes chapter 6.